Tuition Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Today we are going to look into the subject matter of public opinion. Public opinion may be defined as the belief, values, and attitudes which are commonly held and expressed by the people on a given public issue. By this we mean that these attitudes are held by the majority of the people. Similarly, an opinion may be formed when the majority of the people in a given country has similar or same opinion on any sensitive issue of national importance, and this opinion which will be formed is usually a consensus opinion which will help in making the people to be able to express their feelings about the government. Characteristics of public opinion. Number one, it is the opinion shared. Public opinion deals with an issue affecting most citizens of a particular country, and every citizen has to participate in expressing such an opinion. Number two characteristics. It involves public issues. By the word public, we mean something that involves everybody in the community or the state. So public opinion involves public issues and not private issues. Number three, expression by private persons. Private individuals express public opinion. It is not the government or any public institutions, but private individuals. Number four, the role of communication. Communication and information play a significant role in public opinion formation. By this we mean that the things the people hear and the information and news which the people receive from the society forms and makes up their public opinion. Number five, specific issues. Opinions expressed by the public are mainly on specific issues rather than on a general public issue. Number six, public opinion is not static. By this we mean that public opinion is dynamic and changes from time to time. We'll go to the next subtopic, which is formation of public opinion. We have 6 means or ways by which public opinion is formed. Point number 1, we have through elections. Political parties educate the people on important public issues during campaigns, rallies, and by these opinions are formed by what the people receive and hear from the education of these political parties. Number 2, through mass media. Public opinion can be formed through mass media, that is the radio, newspapers, television, etc. Number 3, through pressure groups and political parties. Pressure groups and political parties help in the formation of public opinion. Hence, they are capable of shaping the views of the people on matters of public importance. This can be done through their manifestos, conferences, debates, etc. Number 4, through the Bureau of Information. This bureau is established by the government to inform the public on the activities of government. It helps the public to form opinions on policies made and implemented by the government. Number 5, through symposia and lectures. Public opinion can be formed through holding of lectures and symposia where ideas on matters of public importance are expressed. Number 6, individuals' influence. Members of the community, friends and relatives can also influence one's opinion about public issues. These are the ways by which public opinions are formed. The next one will go, how public opinion is determined and measures. What are the things used in measuring and determining public opinion? Number 1, we have channels of communication. Government can determine people's opinion through exploring all the channels of communication. For example, opinions expressed in newspapers, radio, televisions, etc. Number 2, opinions expressed by leaders of thought. It can also be determined or measured through opinions expressed by local leaders of thought or leaders in the assemblies of representation. Number 3, we have letters to government. Citizens may write letters to government agencies expressing their opinions on a particular issue of national importance. Number 4, response to government policies. Government can also take notice of public response to its policies. It could be through mass protests and demonstrations for or against its programs. Number 5, referendum. Government may conduct a referendum or plebiscite to determine what the people want on any particular issue. It determines the acceptability or not of proposals put forward by the government. Number 6, we have telephone calls. Most of the radio stations in Nigeria today adopt this method by presenting phone-in program, a sort of random sampling of the opinions of the public. Today we see people calling radio stations when a particular program is held to express their views and express what they know and what they feel about a particular issue of government. These phone calls which these people make, and even some messages which they send to these people in the radio stations, form their public opinions. And with this, their opinions about a particular issue of government can be measured and determined. Number 7, we have opinion polls. Government may use opinion polls to determine the mind and views of the people on a given issue. By interviewing a cross-section of the public, they do this. And then those interviewed will then represent the opinions of the masses. So through this, they determine and measure what people say about certain issues in the government. Number 8, we have through elections. Public opinions can be measured through the outcome of elections. The result of an election could help to determine how popular or unpopular a government and its policies are. Remember that the electorate are the one in whom the sovereignty of every state resides. So through their votes, they determine who will lead them. And then depending on how the government which is leading them or the incoming government has benefited them, it will make them that on the days of election, they will go to the polling units and to the polling booths and cast people of their choice to represent them in governance. So these are some of the ways through which public opinion is measured and determined. We'll go to the next one. We have functions of public opinion. What are the functions of what need is public opinion? What is the importance of public opinion is the discourse of our discussion this hour. The first function is the people's problems, needs and desires are known to the government through public opinion. It serves as a channel through which the people's needs are made known to the government. Number 2, public opinion helps the government to know the feelings of the people concerning its policies and activities. Number 3, public opinion also helps the government to formulate adequate policies that will meet the demand and alleviate the suffering of the people. Number 4, it also helps the government to make account for its actions, thereby checking the excesses of government. Number 5, public opinion can bring about the removal of a minister or his movement to other departments. Thus, public opinion encourages cabinet reshuffle. Number 6, it determines the extent of support the people have for such a government. So, the last one, which is the 7th one, public opinion helps the government to be watchful over its actions or activities as it relates to the people. Having seen the functions of public opinion, which also serves as its importance, what are the demerits or disadvantages of public opinion? 1, it is difficult to measure the opinion of the people on a particular issue. Hence, people can, out of sentiment and bias, make wrong opinions about a ruling government. Number 2, public opinion can be manipulated by a few influential individuals in the state for their own selfish interests. Number 3, public opinion may not represent general opinion. Hence, it can only be the views of the very few powerful and influential individuals in the state. Number 4, it may give a wrong picture, confusing and distorted picture on a given issue. Number 5, it is not often reliable and therefore not advisable for government to rely on it. The 6th, and which is the last, views expressed by a cross-section of the society cannot be adequate. Hence, they are few and as such cannot adequately represent the opinions of the citizens that are in the majority. Such does not make for a consensus of opinion as long as the majority are not involved. We have come to the end of our discussion on public opinion. Does anyone have question to ask? Or do you want to tell me that you all understood that which we have discussed? Okay. In the absence of any question, we'll go to the next discourse, which is on the electoral system.